SMPR. I just think it's a more complete team. It's just a team that stands there, and I am impressed by it. And for me, Vitality, if you want to impress me, you need to show what you can do with Radosin. As Shaw said, tries to get an early goal going, and it is Radosin who gets the save. But they have to be careful quite early on.
And as you head towards their Spooks as well, the winner of this will play Stu in the upper bracket final come tomorrow. That will be a best of 7. And obviously win this and you're done for the day. If you lose this, you'll have to face off against FC Multiculti in our lower bracket a little bit later on. Both these teams want to stay alive in that upper bracket, have a better shot at making the grand final, because €15,000 prize pool, but it all goes to the winner. And K-Dub, he's a perennial winner in his time. Alpha as well, try to follow up at a 3-man play for Vitality. We'll see Radosin with the first.
And if that ball didn't go in, you would have already felt like that could set the tone for your entire game, your entire series maybe. But luckily for them, Radosin does find the back of the net, getting that early goal for Vitality, which is also important, because in my eyes, if Vitality really want to get, I wouldn't call it an upset, if they want to get this win here, you really need to get just pushing right from the get-go and try to just force them into these awkward situations as Alpha. Hitting the ball up, follows it up as well, but with 0 boost, you aren't going to get all so far. And Radosin in the own corner, he does get a good touch out of it. And once again, important facts to look at, Crafters. When Radosin pushes up, he is baiting out 2 of the Vitality defenders.
The separate defenders, you mean, from that? Or he's bringing up.
Yeah, I know. I mean tempered defenders. Yes. Sorry.
Okay, right. I'm with you, because that is something that we were critical of it for Vitality a couple of days ago. Was this is a relatively open net, doesn't fall for anything for Vitality, but something we were criticizing Vitality for was their lack of push-up ability. They always seemed to let one person go, and it was usually Radosin. K-Dub, especially K-Dub, was sitting back and might let Alpha and Radosin do a little bit more of the work, but now they seem more together. Especially that first goal, all 3 members getting involved in the Semper side of the field. Now we see the other full French team of Semper trying to press the issue in offense this time around, and Alpha just leaves that one for himself, and Shawset has to make a diving save at the end. Very close there as Alpha tries to pull out a bit of the mind game. Semper right back down the other end of the field. They lose possession of the corner.
And it is looking quite good though here for Vitality, looking a lot better than what both of us probably would have predicted. And right now, if this keeps on going, I think your prediction of that Game 5 is going to be happening way sooner than my prediction of a 3-0 for Semper. But we still have half the game to be played. As this ball does get pushed into front of the net. Alpha almost with the goal. Exotic just barely in time to block it off. And it is Casio transitioning over to the orange side, trying to get this offense started, trying to get it going. And Shawset with a quick shot, but Radosin won't ever struggle for those types of saves.
What we've not really seen yet, and not really had the chance to see yet, is Casio, or excuse me, Exotic on a solo play. Every time Semper have been able to get some decent time on the ball, Vitality have been there for some early 50-50 challenges. Casio maybe with a little bit of space here. Exotic comes flying over the face of the goal line. Leaves it for Shawset in the middle towards the back wall. Now K-Dub able to take it away. It's very staunch Vitality defense. Not wanting to make too many mistakes here. They're happy with their 1-goal lead. You imagine Semper will be chomping at the bit to try and come forward and press the issue for Vitality. Now Shawset has Casio alongside him, but he loses the ball. Radosin towards net, off the bar, flying in goes K-Dub, but it's away before he can make contact.
And I feel like right now, for Vitality, they're a bit wavy with the way they play. Some moments they really impress me, and they are just pushing the envelope non-stop and are the ones in control. But we've had a bit of a minute there where I just found Semper looking a bit more dangerous. But now we're back to Vitality going onto the offensive end as this ball does break out, going into the orange half once again. Casio with 1 demo, frees up some space. This should be on target, leaves it alone, but Exotic not willing to jump for it. Maybe just in an awkward position, leaving it up for K-Dub now. Just said gets it cleared towards the side. Radosin, good speed. The man who impressed me back in the other group, in the group stages. He's doing it once again. Radosin playing quite well so far.
Let's see if Semper can turn up the heat a little bit. His Vitality have just kept the temperature down. Kept it a light simmer rather than taking it to boiling point. It's been, I wouldn't say inspiring Rocket League from Vitality, but it's good enough to keep them in the lead for now, as I thought that one might have been past Kate up. Here comes Radosin on a pre-jump off the side wall. Alpha follows up and is met in the air by Doc 45. Casio now. Again, just SMPR. Every time they're moving up, Vitality is right on top of them, and the 50-50 challenges from Vitality are working so well in their favor. 5 seconds left. Exotic, oh, he sat all the way back, maybe gathering a little bit of boost. You see he's got 25 in the tank. Now Chaussette with nothing, has to keep it up. He won't be able to. And Vitality win a very safe game number 1.
And that is pretty much the name of the game right now, safe. They looked, for most part, I would say like 3.5 minutes, they looked in control. Easing things out, not taking things too hard, and just playing the good game, playing the way that they can play solidified and just get things going for each other. Something we did not see at all during the group stages. I'm quite excited if this is how much they've changed already within 2 days.
Yeah, and you see the shot count as well. 9 shots from Vitality, 3 apiece. Just shows you how different what a different mentality these guys are playing with, and the different style that Vitality have employed, knowing that they kind of needed to change things up otherwise from the group stage to now. Otherwise, they'd be pretty much lambs to the slaughter, especially of a side to a side like SMPR, who when they have their day, when they're on top of their game, which it doesn't look like they are right now. They can find some footing as we go into game number 2. But Vitality, knowing that they have to use all 3 men, they need to use Radosin, they need to use Alpha, and they especially need to use K-Dub as well. Lovely to see all 3 men sharing the load on that team. Have the first game to boot. It's only 1 goal though. So SMPR will recognize that and try and find a way through this Vitality defense, although Radosin looks to carve a knife through butter of the SMPR defense within the first 10 seconds. Won't be able to make anything of it right here, right now, although Alpha may have another goal, but just finds Casio.
And this is a lot of free time there for Radosin as this ball is going quite quickly. Can he get it with the fake attempt? Trying to pull something off I have not seen in a while, but so far, and I think probably Crafters, you will agree with me, this series is looking like it will be decided by whoever scores first every game. That's at least what it's the vibe that is being given off to me right now. And what is also being given off to me right now is just how good Vitality is looking and how well Radosin really feels comfortable already, which is a surprise how short of a time they've already played together.
Just thinking back to our last couple of days of competition, that has been the case, but Exotic, he'll put the ball in the back of the net first. Lovely play, slow play by Chaussette, gives K-Dub a lot to think about, and Radosin is just not ready for that ball to pop the way it did. SMPR finally on the board.
That is what you like to see from SMPR. I said it right before that. It might be whoever scores first will take it, as both these teams look like that, but I guess Vitality doesn't care about what I have to think as they go once again. Radosin trying to block it off, but the save still comes on true. And now it's Casio taking it easy, letting Alpha come to him, but Alpha with a beautiful 50 and gets it past Chaussette, can bring it into the middle, leaves it alone, but the shot not on target just yet. K-Dub tries his best, but Chaussette with the save just in time.
Oh, heartbreaking for Vitality as they scramble on the goal line to try and make anything of that. SMPR hold on, maybe a counter-attack down the other end. Casio with the brilliant shot, and Alpha with a decent enough save. Radosin, oh, lovely cherry pick, and Casio just picks that off the goal line, right back into the corner, but Vitality are not done. Alpha off the backboard, K-Dub to play it down for Radosin, but the defense is right on top of that.
As this ball goes forward once again, Vitality really trying to get that tied up game. This is a good hit up, it drops straight down in an awkward position for SMPR, but Chaussette saving his team once again. K-Dub dropping it down for Radosin, but no shot can be found, meaning that we will still have a 1-0 lead in favor of SMPR. As I hope we can see the game quite soon once again. There it is. Excuse me for a bit of the PowerPoint slide presentation, but we do see a bit of the car again.
Yeah, I think we're getting that back. At least on our end, I'm not sure what it's like on your end. Is we can just hear cars going right now.
I heard a goal.
The goal has happened because I see a countdown. What happened?
Well, we won't see the goal. We might see it in the replay.
It's 2-0 SMPR.
Well, this is quite a surprise, though. 2-0. Vitality was looking quite good in offense, but of course, the second things just go a bit blurry. We don't know what's going on. The SMPR made use of it.
That they have is things slow down once again. SMPR just don't want to be. I think that was that was happening a lot yesterday. I think it was more for Astro and Carmine Corp. Like the screen would go a bit blurry, and then all of a sudden Astro scores.
Nah, Itachi. It was non-stop Itachi who had it happen.
Oh, was it Itachi? So it was. You're right. You're right. Excuse me for thinking Astro actually scored anything on Carmine Corp. Oh shade. I'm sorry about that. As we, yeah, we're just seeing this one come back. Everything's going a little bit haywire for us. I do apologize for these technical mishaps. We'll try and get these sorted as quickly as we possibly can. Hopefully we can see through the static. And I heard a goal go in. I'm not sure who it's for. It's for SMPR, and it's Exotic.
Well, it would be quite surprising if all of a sudden we saw Itachi on the screen, like very big, and he scored again. It would be kind of weird in this matchup, but Trio SMPR looking good, looking like the team that I wanted to see. Well, it's how much you can see right now. That's a bit of the problem, but Trio SMPR, that is good for them, especially seeing how much they struggled to get onto the offensive end in Game 1. Exotic now, taking it away once again. Kato with a good hit, trying to bring it back into the blue half once again, but no goal can be found this time around. Alpha is up quite quickly, but Casio outspeeding Alpha. That is a weird thing to say, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. As I think we're battling our way through this, these technical glitches, and no technical glitch so far for SMPR as they almost bury that one in the back of the net. Casio was able to take it away, and now Chaussette follows up. Good shot. Alpha with a better save, though.
There comes Casio, dropping it down once again for Exotic, who tries his best to get that fourth. Eventually, his ball, I was going to say, will drop into the net, but Alpha has something else to say. 30 seconds left on the clock. It's now or it is never for Vitality. A good opportunity right there. The passing plays almost working out, but not on target just yet. And you will say, and I would say, with the seconds just sticking away, it is a trio win for SMPR.
Yeah, SMPR back on top in this one. 4-0. Maybe a fourth, perhaps a fourth. I think it is a fourth. I hear the goal explosion. It is Chaussette who put that one in the back of the net.
And that is, I mean, I've said it before, it is quite important for them to get these types of wins against Vitality, bouncing back into it, because it is so hard to have a full game where you just really could not get onto the offense, and then having to go into Game 2 and Vitality still looks the same. So getting those 4 goals is a really big mental boost.
It certainly is, and it will not do any wonders for the Vitality side of things, with the Vitality fans watching on, hoping that their roster bends but not breaks. They have broken quite a bit in this one, as you see there. Exotic, and we'll try and get all these goal replays for you. Show you what you missed. But for the moment, I think we're just going to see that one, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll try and get those technical hitches sorted out for the preceding games. But yeah, I mean, for Vitality to shut out SMPR in Game 1 only by 1 goal, but then for SMPR to retaliate back and shut them out with 4, it just shows you the quality of rosters that we're playing with here, Spooks.
And it shows that you were truly right today, Craftman. I just have to listen to you tonight, I guess. That's just the way to go.
I mean, you used all your correct predictions up on Thursday. Fair. It's time for me to have some, isn't it?
Fair. I gotta give you some of it. Can't take all the cookies for myself, even though I would love to eat them all by myself. And right now, the ones who probably want to win all by themselves is SMPR and Vitality, but it's not going to be that easy. That Game 5 looking quite unlikely, as this ball will be hanging around in the midfield end. This ball once again goes to a forward once again. Good shot coming out, but safe from Alpha. Luckily enough, we saw that happening, but they're still not safe.
Very, very close from Exotic. Now Casio maybe tries to flick this one on. Alpha just stands his ground. Exotic flying in again. Vitality hoping that they can retaliate back. Here comes K-Dop looking for the top corner. He'll just find the post instead. And Vitality again on the counter-attack is not really bothered SMPR all that much. The one goal that Vitality have scored is just came from a close play out of the corner back in game number 1.
Indeed, but Vitality is trying to push forward once again, but nothing really being created, nothing really showing itself just yet for Vitality, and this ball will just be left in no man's land as well. Alpha can't get to it another time. K-Dop awkward position, and there's the 1-0 for Exotic and SMPR. And now this is the SMPR that we saw, the SMPR that swept during their group stage.
That's lovely stuff from Casio and Exotic. Like you said, we've seen the passing plays be a big factor for a lot of teams. None more so than SMPR. Well, again, we've not yet to see, at least that we've been able to visually see here, the pop-up off ability, solo playability of Exotic. If you don't need that right now, you don't need to pop it out every single time if you've got those passing plays under your belt. You're happy enough with those, but Vitality had 5 goals go against them in a row, dating back to last game. Let's see if they can get one back very soon. Alpha 54 now, trying to clear his lines, and again we saw this from Vitality in game 1, Smooks, that Vitality just met SMPR with a lot of 50-50 challenges and were winning most of them. Now it's SMPR with that moniker of taking the ball away from Team Vitality.
You see it even right there with Exotic giving up his life right there, but still getting the block, and it's still inside the midfield. Another opportunity presenting itself. This one will be saved, but those 50s that we talked about and you talked about are leading to a lot of these opportunities as they do try to get a couple more going. They still haven't left the orange half. The ball still bouncing inside the middle. Exotic trying to find a passing play with one of his teammates, and this is quite an annoying bounce for Vitality, and it seems that everything really has been annoying for Vitality. They haven't really been able to escape anything.
Not really able to put any offense onto the blue net either. That just comes from SMPR, just like you said, being really annoying. Now they start to try and hold this center of the pitch. Head up again. Just lays it off. It's a touch really to no one except Casio. Sending it towards the backboard and trying to drop that one down, but it finds itself back in the center half of the field. Radisson now, taken out is Alpha 54 and Casio, in fact, to the backline. It's 2v2. Exotic, he doesn't matter how many men are on the field, he's just going to score right from his own half.
That is beautiful right there from Exotic, the ease, and looking for the bump as well. It's not even necessary really at the end, but it is good to see. And, well, Crafters, I may be predicting the scoreline wrong, but I'm at least predicting one thing correctly. That whoever scores that first goal has been the one to take the lead. And this, once again, proves my point.
Oof. And yes, still no game where a team has not been shut out. 1-0 in the first game for Vitality. It was 4-0 last game for SMPR, now 3-0 here. Whoever scores first is yet to be retaliated against in defiant fashion. This time around, SMPR holding on to this lead with everything that they have and extending it. Vitality struggling now after what seemed like you wouldn't say dominating victory in game 1. It was a safe enough victory. Now SMPR are let loose from their cages. Show what they're really made of in the corner here. Here comes Chaussette over the top. Will just be into the Vitality defense, but still no solid clear has came down. Now they tried to find Radosin as Alpha, but he loses the ball. Radosin has to make the save off the backboard to prevent that direct shot on net. Now the drop down for Chaussette, right on target for Radosin saves.
Beautiful passing play coming out right there. Once again, the shot is there, just a bit too high. And this is why in the pre-show I was so confident in SMPR. This is what I am talking about, how easily Exotic has been put into this team. He's looking stellar, and SMPR is genuinely looking like a good team right now. Exotic once again, just not finding the goal as K-Dop does find it this time around, but they're only with 2 defenders. Alpha 54 just got pushed back even further into the blue half as K-Dop here with the control trying to break out. But 3 goals, 15 seconds. It's too little too late.
Alpha.
The crazy flick attempt is nice to see. It just isn't a goal. And Exotic tries to get a 4th onto his name. Isn't working around this time around. Alpha maybe getting one for himself. The ball just dropped down. And the 3-0 will stand. Vitality shut down 2 games in a row.
And it just seems really uninspiring from Vitality right now, because they've not been able to get anything solid going. I mean, you look at the shot count as well. 9 shots from Vitality. You would think, and with but then look at right down at the bottom there, 64% field domination from SMPR Esports, meaning that the ball's spent 64% of the time in the orange half, in the Vitality half. So despite all the shots from Vitality, none of them were quality, but SMPR had the majority of the possession, and this ball just seemed like it did not want to leave the Vitality side of the field.
It really looked like it was just stuck there. And I'm looking at another thing that really should open your eyes a tiny bit. Vitality, if I'm correct, it was Alpha, 5 demos. He was really trying to just break away from SMPR. But SMPR still got them stuck. Even when one of their players was demoed a lot of times, they still were stuck in the orange half. They were refusing to leave. As Josh said, beautiful pass coming out, but K-Dub intercepting it. Still an awkward position to be in. As Casio gets a demo right there on K-Dub, the ball will be slowly flying through the air. No one really getting a good hit on it as this ball stays stuck. Once again, Exotic trying to open us up right away for SMPR.
Exotic has been the man to create chances, but Casio with another goal in the second of SMPR. Can Vitality rally every game this series? Whoever scored first has shut the other one out. Vitality need to break that trend if they want to stay in this upper bracket. But for me, Spooks, Vitality just seem completely flat on their faces right now. SMPR seem like on a completely different level. Chaussette off the backboard, maybe looking for a second. Exotic comes over the top. But again, it's just possession for SMPR in the Vitality half.
It's the difference between a team that has figured things out already and how to play together compared to a team still trying to figure their spot out on the field, figure out where they need to go, figure out where they need to be. This is an opportunity going their way, but still no shot on target. Radosa now from the ceiling. What can he do all by himself? Maybe a pass into the middle, trying to force his way through. It's an exciting offer to see. Sadly enough, nothing really comes from it, and that's the problem always for Vitality. Things look exciting, things look good, but never really work out.
Vitality trying to make something exciting happen at the expense of SMPR Esports. Exotic leaves it, and Casio has to pick this one up in the corner. Alpha 54 now has to start forcing the issue for Vitality down in the SMPR side of the field. And you can see now the French Bees buzzing to an opportunity to break through the SMPR defense. They're trying to push down so far into the SMPR half. But again, SMPR starting to win these 50-50 challenges. A bump onto Casio doesn't really phase them all that much from Radosin. And now Casio has the space to freewheel this up the side. Touch off the ceiling will actually find its way over to Chaussette. Still only one for SMPR. They want to get a second. Here comes Exotic. And Chaussette has to lay this one back, let Casio come in. Exotic is way too far on the left, as now able to rotate in as Chaussette takes it off the backboard. But again, it's just SMPR piling on the pressure, not letting Vitality anywhere near this blue side of the field. And every second that ticks off this clock is just more and more pain for Vitality.
It really is, and SMPR really ain't allowing much from Vitality. And honestly speaking, with the way SMPR has been looking, as we see a passing play coming out from Vitality, getting blocked by Chaussette, reading it beautifully. I will say this right now, I like the way the SMPR looks a lot more now than what it was with Archie, to be honest.
It's certainly given them new life. And we always say that about rosters who, you know, come together completely as new or swap one player in and out. K-Dub, maybe looking for Alpha. Oh, the stream's frozen again for us. We do apologize for this, but I don't think the goal has gone in.
No.
Just watching that back on a separate one, and yeah, it was just off the backboard. And Alpha not able to collate that. Just set now. Out to Radosin, now K-Dub. Vitality need to have a shot here. Alpha was spying that empty net, but Chaussette denies him, and maybe right back upfield. They're just playing keep away now, our Semper. But a big boom downfield. Redolson can't get the cherry picker shot, and he'll get K-Dop gets demoed for his troubles. Vitality tried to pull all the tricks out of the bag, but nothing is fooling Semper.
How long can you keep trying to pull the trick of keeping the ball away against a team like Vitality? They're still trying to push. They know that they don't want to go down. They know they will go down if you lose right here. They're still trying to force their way through. I just wish they were using each other a bit more. Pass to each other. Try to find those quick 1-2 passes as Alpha goes up alone. Leaves the ball alone as Cassio does get a hit onto it. This ball in an awkward position. Chaussette still getting it away. But nothing really being sold just yet from Semper. They're looking a bit shaky right now, defense. Maybe the tactic isn't the right one, as K-Dop does find the net.
And finally, the deadlock is broken. No full shutout for this entire series. K-Dop finds one, but it was a lucky enough pinch from Alpha to send it into the middle. And K-Dop with great positioning, great communication there by Alpha, knowing that he was going to get a potential pinch in, and it was picture perfect. Now the pressure is really on to Semper Esports. Can they force Vitality to score another before overtime? 25 seconds left on this clock. Redolson over to Alpha. Maybe it's Vitality who want to avoid overtime. Alpha tries to play it through, and K-Dop is there. Doesn't make contact. Again, Semper able to send this one safely into the corner. And Chaussette slowing it down, now into the orange half of the field. 10 seconds left. Will overtime be on the cards? Exotic just plays it high, out to Alpha, and now right back down the middle of the field. Flip reset off the ceiling, tries to keep it high, but overtime for the first time today is reached.
Indeed, and this is the first time, for us at least, that we see a tied-up scoreline that isn't 0-0. That is an interesting take, as well as Cassio has had an opportunity right there, but not looking too good so far. Exotic pushing it to the side with the control. And you may be thinking to yourself, maybe Semper played a bit too safe there during the regulation time. Maybe they should have been pushing a bit more and just not allowed Vitality to really get any opportunities. Because now you're back into that overtime. And that's not a place you want to be in as Exotic. Awkward position, can't get the best of touches. I mean, Chaussette has to go all the way back. Has the control, has the patience. Baits out one, looking for the second. Cassio, that was Alpha, I mean. That did get a good touch. Redolson is quick up to it as well. Alpha right now with the control once again, trying to get it into the middle. Once again, challenge. Semper is doing well on the challenges. It's just they are struggling to get out of their own half.
And that's with Vitality. Try to push that one through. Redolson. Oh, lovely dunk onto Exotic, but he's able to make the follow-up save, and maybe the follow-up goal as well. Looking for the double touch off the rear wall of Vitality. Now Alpha right back downfield. Real end-to-end stuff this is becoming now, as Vitality scrap to stay in the upper bracket. Remember, neither team is eliminated with a loss in this series. They'll drop down to the lower bracket if they do lose to face off against FC Multiculti. Winner moves on and plays tomorrow on Championship Sunday in the upper brackets final. Alpha try to dribble this one from the corner. Now Exotic with the save and the bicycle touch as well. Semper Esports again. The tables have really been flipped to your spooks. For a lot of the time, the Semper boys have been the ones to force Vitality to stay in their own half. Now Vitality really making it difficult for Semper to break free.
Indeed, but eventually when you do break free off that hold, you can always get those quick counterattacks going, as Redolson is trying to create one right over there. Can't get a good enough touch over on the target. That means that Semper once again has an opportunity right here. This is maybe the one time you were looking for. Redolson in an awkward position. Still has enough boost though to get it further away. Cassio with a beautiful 50, but a bit of a dribble from Redolson over on Cassio means that he can't go all that far. Redolson once again hitting it away from his own backboard over to K-Dop. Good quick 1-2, but still, both these teams are playing not to lose right now, which is understandable. You don't want to lose this match for neither team, but it's still Vitality looking more dangerous. A pass into the middle will be there, but the shot not found.
Yeah, it was a mistake from a Semper player. Just lays it out for Alpha. He turns around and finds himself with the perfect opportunity to maybe put this game to bed. It's not 99 yet. Not for Vitality, at least. Maybe Alpha could send them home right now. Or at least into game number 5, I should say. Radisson uses that one to Exotic off the backboard again. Now Casio has Chaussette in tow, but he'll turn around. Very smart play there, as he knew Radisson was going to be the one to win that in the air. Even with no boost, he still try to barrel it through into shooting possession. Still SMPR clinging on. 3.5 minutes nearly gone here in overtime of game number 4. Neither team wanting to give an inch. And still neither team able to find paydirt.
Dozen does get a good attempt into the middle. It's Exotic blocking him off before it can even get set up. Once again, Exotic being annoying, being that big helpful hand for SMPR as he tries to bump and be annoying towards the defender. Here he tries to do it with a solo play, but that won't work around this time. Once again, Alpha down the ball, but no one dared to follow it up. It seems that both these teams really want to get those bump and demo plays in, but still are both relying on solo plays, and you want to see some type of team play. Go commit that second man up forward. I know you don't want to lose, but you need to commit someone up unless it goes this way with Alpha giving us a game 5.
Oh, I think everyone just ran out of boost. I think Chaussette was the only one with boost here. Oh, but it's a bump from K-Dop that removes him from the equation. Vitality have finally found the answer. 4 minutes and 13 seconds gone in OT, and they do force a game number 5. I did think this one might go the distance. I didn't expect it to be done in this fashion. Look at those shot totals. 15 from Vitality, only 7 from SMPR. And that just shows you the amount of pressure, the amount of aggression that Vitality had as well. And I talked about field domination at the end of the last game. It was mainly in favor of SMPR. This time, 63% for Vitality.
Well, I don't know about you, Crafters, but the sweat is starting to come out from me. I am definitely starting to sweat here because these games are getting quite exciting. They're getting quite close. And honestly, I have no idea who will take game 5.
Yeah, I can't predict this one right now, but I think it's what everyone wanted to see. 2 brand new rosters, 2 organizations rather, who still want to stick themselves at the top of EU and RLCS. They've struggled during the winter split, none more so than Vitality. SMPR have been up and down, and now with both teams with new life bred into them, with Radolson and Exotic, who is going to come out on top this time? One more 5-minute match will decide it, at least here in the Dacia Spring Electric Tournament. Winner moves on and plays SU in the upper final tomorrow. Loser will drop down and play SC Multiculti a little bit later on today to stay in this tournament and find themselves a place on Sunday in Alpha 54. He's played in many a championship Sunday, might be trying to punch his ticket to another one.
And what a way to get this past Chaussette. I cannot blame Chaussette for not getting that. How does Alpha get from step momentum onto the ground and get the ball going the other way? It's beyond me. That man has the mechanics that are just out of this world sometimes. And as Exotic tries to bring a bit of calmness back into SMPR, this is not the way to do it. This is a quick shot, but it's just a bit wide. Going from the wall into the air. To Alpha once again, but no boost to really get a shot going or any offensive push. It is now K-Dop hitting it high, getting challenged, but still gets a good touch away. Too bad Chaussette saw it coming and blocked it off.
Let's see what SMPR have in the tank right now. A retaliation needed from the SMPR boys. Casio now tries to play it out to Exotic, but Vitality's defense, I mean, SMPR have been going for the backboard a lot, and Vitality have just stuck one man up there every single time they've came up the field. And SMPR really struggled to find a foothold and find some other creative way of getting around the Vitality defense. It's either, right now for them, it seems backboard or bust. Right now, they are busting right now. Exotic plays out to Chaussette again off the back wall. Chaussette maybe with a double drops it down, and Casio finishes it off.
Beautiful. As you see the camera looking up at the ball, that's how the players probably felt right there. And out of nowhere, you see just Casio running towards the ball as quick as he can, getting that goal, getting the 1-1, tying us back up really giving us the Game 5 fight that we wanted to see, that we all want to see and take part in. As Casio gets demoed right over there, Chaussette. Awkward position, still gets a good 50 towards Exotic, who now has an opportunity for himself. Takes it easy, gets the flip reset, but can't get past the defender who holds on strong. Alpha tries to bait something out. Radosin up forward once again, but that shot is just too easy to read. And it goes back towards Orange half, I was going to say, but it seems that Vitality has really figured out how to lock out that midfield.
But if they were getting demoed like Vitality was just there, they might start to struggle. And you've pointed out demos a lot this week, Spooks, and here they seem to be starting to make a difference, or at least be coming into play. Another one from Chaussette onto Radosin will have to force Alpha and K-Dot to play themselves. And Radosin retreats back, or gets respawned back in his own goal line. Now 13 boost and gets taken out of the equation once again. Smart heads up demo plays from SMPR Esports, holding this at 1-1 as we tick past the halfway mark of the 5th and final game.
As this ball gets cleared from K-Dot all the way over towards the blue side. Once again, it seems that the boom ball has been starting to appear a bit more from both these teams. Once again, not wanting to commit at second man, not wanting to lose, but you're gonna have to be careful. But Casio back in time. Now it's Chaussette working together with Casio. That's 50 going into their favor. Chaussette, opportunity in the middle, but he needs to get a better pass right there, because just a simple thing from the backboard is not going to get past Vitality that easily. And K-Dot once again trying to maybe create something, but even them, the backboard really seems to be used a lot by both these teams, but it's not working for either of them.
It's the Season 4 meta coming back to haunt us once again. For me on SMPR Esports, it's Casio who's been the real linchpin on this team. He's been the one making the demos, making important plays for this roster. Zooming all about the field, he's been everywhere Vitality doesn't want him to be, and that is where Chaussette wants to be right at this moment, right up the heart of Vitality's defense. Radosin doesn't want to know what even happened there, and right over the top. Lovely stuff from SMPR.
A good goal, getting them back into the lead once again. Now they just need to make sure that they keep a hold of this lead. Don't fall back to what you've done before where you were in the lead. And by just being patient, trying to just waste time, it doesn't work against Vitality, because they will try and force you out. They will be just punishing and pushing on. But now they just need to get that one goal going. Casio over to the side. It's Chaussette now, who gets demoed as a bit of an thank you very much. And this ball just barely going wide. And it seems that Vitality just getting closer and closer towards finding that goal. It's Casio with a huge clear once again. Radosin to the side to K-Dot. Quick counter-attack going, but this one goes far and wide. K-Dot once again bringing it into the middle. Casio, good pass out of their own half, trying to really make sure they keep that 1-0 lead. Radosin now up in the air with the flip reset, bringing it straight down into the middle, but no one there finding the shot, and neither can K-Dot as he slows down too much.
Vitality have 30 seconds to find the back of the net. Oh, off the bar goes Alpha 54, tries to drop it down once again. K-Dot on the rebound. Here comes Radosin, tries to steal it off of Chaussette on the goal line. 20 seconds to go. And all is but lost for Vitality. Chaussette is just going to keep this deep in orange territory. Exotic does the same. 7 seconds left. Vitality gotta go coast to coast. Radosin, up he goes. Alpha 54 has to drain this one down, and right onto the floor goes Casio, but Alpha keeps it alive. Casio goes over to the side of the wall. Kane up again, but Exotic finds the dirt and finds SMPR into the next round. They'll be against Sir in our upper finals.
And as Crafters predicts this to a T, knowing exactly what was going to be happening, once again, we see Vitality with a superior shooting percentage, they just shoot a lot more. They have 9 shots in total. On the other end, we only see 4 coming out from SMPR, but SMPR makes the one they take count a lot. They do get this 2-1 victory, but it was not looking likely from the get-go. You see this beautiful shot right there from Alpha. It could have gone so much different. But in the end, SMPR, like you said, is going to be facing what a reward for yourself. You win this very well fought game 5, and then you have to play who has just been playing absolutely out of their minds. I think Semper will be trying to get that victory as well, and they may have a bit of an idea how to play against them.
Yeah, it's going to be a real tough task for Semper to go up against this star roster. I really couldn't predict how that one's going to go, but we don't have to predict it now. We can wait until tomorrow's books because they will be our first game on stream tomorrow in our upper finals. Let's take a look at the bracket to see how things have played out so far today. The two games that we've seen, we'll see another two. Sa and Carmine Corp, a 3-0 sweep for Sa. And obviously, we just saw the 5-game series. What a series it was. Vitality just being battered out by Semper Esports. So it'll be Sa versus Semper in our upper finals tomorrow. But after this break, Carmine Corp and the Rumble Bumblers will take each other on for survival here at the Dacia Spring Electric Tournament.
It's time to return back to Dacia Spring Electric Tournament. George, I'm here with the Relic. And my god, Craftman and Spooks just had a series.
Yeah,
Tremendous series. SMPR Esports taking over Team Vitality in 5 games. And I feel like the dragon that is Team Vitality has been waking up in that final game ever so than in any of the previous games. It's almost Team Vitality Sunday Team Vitality, but we're only in Saturday and it's only one of the matches in upper semifinals. That was crazy to watch.
Yeah.
Only one team could move on forward, and that was SMPR.
It was a very bizarre series, wasn't it? I think for the first half, even though Vitality won that first game, SMPR was the better team, and I was expecting them to be the better team. It seemed like a really stable roster up against a roster that had their back door open at all times. However, great credit to Vitality because they were able to bring the fight, and a fight they did bring. I'm surprised, actually, that they weren't able to convert it into a Game 5 win, and that's where we credit SMPR, of course, being able to show a bit of grit, being able to show a bit of steel, being able to score those goals. Grit and steel, not exactly the words I would use to describe Karmine Core earlier, though, Jam. That's the next game that we're going to be watching. And I'm really glad that SMPR was the one that progressed, actually, because now we have cross-group elimination matches. You lose this, you're going home. To be fair, if you go home at any point before the finals, you're not going to be scoring any prizes anyway, yes. Rumble Bumblers, though. You notice Catalysm. That's the big story going into today, really. No more Sheila. Hello Catalysm from Evil Geniuses. Been given special dispensation by the Rocket Baguette crew to come in and he's not helping, Jam. It's an early goal for Itachi. Very simple as well. Catalysm completely out of sorts. Razir's not able to get the read. Venci in no man's land, and I think that's going to be a huge sigh of relief for that Karmine Core squad. That was a real tough time that they suffered earlier. Itachi,
I think, is angry, hungry for goals, and is itching to set the record straight. That 0-3 versus he wants to say, that's not us. That's not us. That was a fluke. That was just a one-off. We are much better than that. And what a better way that is to start a match with a goal. Astral will only put it across the line. But the weaknesses from Karmine Corp in the previous series, Sa has just undressed them, I would say, any old which way. And now with a team of a different caliber, Karmine Corp has to stand a very solid chance of just going back to their roots, going back to those wonderful passing plays that we've seen before, going back to individual confidence that the longer the Sa series went on, the less we've seen that from Karmine Corp. This break should have done them wonders, and I think that first goal means a lot. Now, let's see where the second one's going to come from. I'm surprised, actually, that neither Itachi, well, Itachi was the last man coming in, that he did not stay in the attack. Previously, it paid them so well to just keep a player in the offense, and as I say that, look at that, Karmine Corp just make that orange side of the field their own.
Now this is my worry. That is a big double commit. Catalysm at the center of it once again. On paper, replacing Sheila with Catalysm should be improving your squad, but you're also subbing in Catalysm when he's not really had that much time to gel with the squad. This is also a Catalysm who can just do that off the kickoff. So, you know, just shut up, Mr. Commentator, right?
Yep. At least it's not commentators, please start the game. Folks, it's not up to us. It's up to them. Individual play by Catalysm does bring Rumble Bumblers back into the game, but this won't be enough. Against a well-oiled machine that they are, Karmine Corp, at least on their best day. And I would argue that we've seen the best day from them yesterday. If we forget about the FC Multiculti series, and if we also gift some discounts here and there, whenever they know how to utilize all 3 players on the field, Karmine Corp are nigh unbeatable. And the only problem is to keep that consistency on, to keep on being the unbeatable team. Well, only time will tell. Razir's. Oh, he is being a nuisance. And Venci. It looks so great, but just did not have enough oomph at the end.
Lovely play. Didn't have the execution. Well, they did have the execution on the player, but not on the... You know what I mean. Here comes Catalysm. And Astral's going to pop this up. Itachi wins the race off the top of the box. Got that flip reset. He's not going to be able to stomp on Venci. Catalysm with a demo on Nolly. Astral, that is a terrible touch. And Venci wasn't expecting it either. Kind of scuffs his touch downwards. No one to receive, unfortunately. Rumble Bumbler is really threatening for this second. As Astral able to put up the block this time around. Nolly looking for Astral again. He's up. And another mishandling here from Astral. He has not had a clean start to this game. Nolly That's very nonchalant from Vency, and that is going to be punished. Astral might not be having the greatest start, Jam, but he has got 2 goals, and that's what counts.
Vency, oh. Vency, you have a brother in me. I've been there many times. I've done this, and I've been scored upon. And the best thing to do is just forget it and move on, whether it to be further into the play, since only half of the game has gone so far, or into the next one. For now, Noli, don't give them the ball. Don't give them the space. What do you want to do? To get scored upon? Rumble Bumblers better be a little bit more proactive. And, well, they're just not allowed to be. So Noli stops the ball in the midfield. There's already Astral waiting for him. I think Carmine Corp might slowly but surely build up a huge army in front of the net of Rumble Bumblers, and soon enough, those gates are going to break.
Look, nice infield pass again. Really nice save. Carmine Corp, I don't think you're going to solve the defensive issues, especially with a new player on the roster, over the space of a tournament. What you can do is try and fight fire with fire. We know that this team can score a lot of goals when it clicks, and so perhaps rather than feeling bad because you're getting scored on a lot, you know, try and nurture that. The Nolitachi. There we go, the Nolitachi partnership. Try it again. Help bring Astral into the game. I know a lot of the sensible players and coaches will be saying work on defense first, and usually I would agree, but look, play to your strengths. You're in the middle of a tournament now. You're in the lower bracket. You're fighting for your lives. And ultimately, if you do outscore your opponents, you're going to win the game. That's how Rocket League works as Astral falls to the floor. Not actually going to get a touch on this. Razier's infield scored possibly the goal of Thursday's action. Was incredible.
No, yes.
And almost a great boomer from him as Itachi makes the save here. Vency backboard, left alive for Catalysm. Not exactly the cleanest touch for the German. Back out into the middle. Razier's over to the sidewall. Itachi misses this touch. Vency goes forward. Nolly, Razier's is going to win this race. Big demo from Vency on Astral, but Nolly with enough to bring it to the midfield line again.
Maybe with a chance of his zone. Ooh. What an angle he tries to pick for himself. His teammates were also waiting in case this ends up being a pass of some sort. Itachi, with nobody near Razier's, just comes at the very end, sees that Itachi just has nothing in his tanks, and so Razier's can really block it. There's a couple of individual efforts, and the ball is being sent by Rumble Bumblers back. That's 10 seconds that they have, and something needs to happen right now. Vency cannot put it past the lone defender of Carmine Corp, and with the way the ball is rolling down the field, Carmine Corp will be taking game number 1 in a confident fashion.
Oh! We need to know! Oh, okay, they did win. They did win. Everything could have happened. I never was worried,
even for a second, brother. Not even for a second. Carmine Corp take this 3-1, no doubt about that. Let's take a look at the stats. And stats, to tell us a little bit of a story. Shot-wise, teams are incredibly equal. Demo-wise, we've seen a lot of attempts at trying to play a physical game from Rumbler Bumblers. Unfortunately, it did not work to their favor. And the fact is that the only goal that they've scored, Rumble Bumblers that is, were off a kickoff goal and individual effort for Catalysm, is a bit worrying. So I wonder what they can bring out in this game number 2. Of course, let's remember, Razier's incredibly capable individual player. Last time I checked, and it was a long time ago, but I'm pretty sure he's still somewhere in the top 10 of one's rating across the platforms. With a player like that, you have a lot of possibilities to create play on field.
100%. It feels closer than a 2-goal game, but if we factor in that Vency mistake that led to one of the goals, it kind of makes a bit more sense. So Carmine Corp living dangerously, but still living ahead of the curve. It's another early strike here. Astral and Itachi starting to combine more and more hopeful signs.
Oh, those touches by Astral, he was flopping like fish out of the water, but he's trying to get any sort of momentum for the ball. And his touch off the ground to the wall and to the center was magnificent. It didn't look like much, but every single bit of that play he did was perfect, pristine, and just exactly what his teammate needed. Those passes for Rumble Bumblers need just a little bit more adjustments. It's nice to see that Catalysm is immediately relying on his teammates. He knows, all right, I'm on a flank. I'm going to set it up somebody. I'm not going to go individually for that one. Just nobody from Rumble Bumblers were even close.
Catalysm, speaking of the man, he's looking to drive forward here, and Itachi nicks the ball off him, but it doesn't really go forward too much. That's a massive miss from Nolly, but no one there to punish him. In steps Vency, not going to get the 100. Nolly picks that up. Lovely interchanging pass here, but still unable to get out of their own half. Carmine Corps still with the lead. Nice challenge from Astral. Here comes Raziers now. Itachi, again, keeping it locked in, but the pass continues forward via Catalysm. Infield, and that should be an easy backroll read for Noli. Vency, infield again. And here goes Astral, don't want to give him too much time off the backboard. Catalysm there to read, out to the side, Itachi in again. Lovely face up from Catalysm. Astral looking to reload the weaponry here. Very nice challenge. Itachi way too late to the race. Catalysm, good counter-attacking potential here. Noli kills it.
Back to Rumble Bumbler's net. How will they roll out? Look out. They're looking for each other, and somehow Vemsi even continues on the attack that his teammate has set up for him. Beautiful ideas, but just not allowed. Carmine Corp are saying no to everything that Rumble Bumblers are throwing, and we're setting in a very, very familiar position here, Relic. Itachi and the rest of Carmine Corp just all around, and touches like that are not going to bring the ball out of the orange side of the field. Rumble Bumblers need a little bit more, but every single 50 that they throw, yeah, they send one player. That player wins out something, and that still goes in. Forget about just 50s that don't go Rumble Bumblers' way. This is just going absolutely nowhere. Catalysm tries to get it through, and no, that just leaves him. That's an own goal, technically. That ball had an orange trail after it.
I'm worried for Noli's soul. I feel like he sold it to some sort of Rocket League deity. The luck on that, but hey, look, you know, you go in for the challenge, you win the challenge, and Rumble Bumbler's not able to deal with the ricochet into his own net. 2-0 Carmine Corps. And I would say a very important second goal. I always count on Carmine Corps to give up a goal at some point. It's about how many they can score. Again, going back to that point, outscore your opponents, play to your strengths. And Itachi almost 1v3ing the entire orange team. Real unfortunate not to find that one through, but wasting more time as we head to halftime.
One of the players that really needed to find confidence attached. The other one I would say would be Astral. Noli has been trying his best, and I think his level of play has not dropped that much. And we're just, again, talking about both the whole tournament and also what we saw earlier from Carmine Corp today, which was not it. I just put it very, very simply. That was not Carmine Corp that we expect to see, especially after their tremendous performances in the group stage, or at the very least, the stat-wise performance that we've seen from them. Some of the matches had some questionable attributes to them, but yet they persevere.
You all remember the horror show that was the physical education class where they all did star jumps before realizing, hold on a second, none of us have got a block on the ball. Looking a little bit more solid, if unspectacular, I might add here. Certainly the same could be said of the Rumble Bumblers' counter-attacking threat again. I can't help but feel that whatever is wrong with Sheila, whether illness or whether they're busy today or something, to be fair, again, given the caliber of that group, you wouldn't have expected the Rumble Bumblers to make it through. It was a big shock to see Team Singularity going through with the talent on that roster. May it be a late come-together squad or otherwise. 1 minute left, and Vency's heading over to Raziers. Nice clearance. He's going to follow this off the backboard. Really nice play, and a huge save to equal it from Astral. Catalysm with the goal at his mercy. Big save from the Belgian.
And Catalysm, one of the best, if not the best, German players in the league last split, or so far even throughout the whole season of 21-22. Just his addition alone doesn't mean that the team all of a sudden is going to perform tremendously, that much more better. But he's definitely a big pickup, and if Rumble Bumblers still have time after this series, and for them to have time, they need